Assalamu alaikum and hello guys and welcome back to another video. As you can see, I'm making croissants in this video and I will show you how to make the perfect French croissants that you've ever eaten. These croissants are luscious, fluffy and so good, and I hope you remake this recipe. I will start this recipe by adding the dry ingredients into one bowl, and the ingredients are 500 grams of flour, 55 grams of sugar and 10 grams of salt. I will then mix these together. For the wet ingredients, I will start off by taking 150 grams of room tempered milk. Then I will take 150 grams of lukewarm water and later on 8 grams of yeast. The room tempered milk and lukewarm water will make the yeast rise more and then make the croissants more fluffy. I will mix these together, put plastic on it and then let it sit for 5 minutes. Now I will be pouring the liquid into the bowl and mixing it together. I will be stirring the mixture around for about 2 minutes and later on be kneading the dough for 10 minutes. This will make the gluten form and create an elasticity that will make the croissants even fluffier. I will place some parchment paper over the pan and then stretch out the dough and then place it on the pan and leave it in the fridge overnight. Now we're gonna form the butter that we're gonna put in the dough so the croissants have butter in them. We will do that by cutting out 2 parchment papers in the measurements of 20 centimeters and 40 centimeters. And then you will fold the sides on the paper and put the butter in between and roll it out, as you can see in the video. Make sure that the butter is room tempered so it's easier to roll it out. When you roll the butter out and all the corners and sides of the paper is filled with butter, put it in the fridge and leave it overnight. Take out the dough from the fridge the next morning and start rolling it out. The length of the dough needs to be longer than 40 centimeters, and so does the wideness, so the butter can fit, so we can start rolling in the butter into the dough. Before putting in the butter on the dough, we will take some parchment paper around the dough so it doesn't stick, and later on place it in the fridge so the butter doesn't melt in the dough when we put the butter in the dough. And meanwhile the dough is in the fridge, we're gonna take out the butter so it can cool down and become a bit softer, so it's easier to roll it out. Now we're gonna take out the dough and roll it out, and then take the butter and fold it into the dough. And now we also need to make sure that the dough's area is bigger than the butter's, so we can fold it in the right way and that the butter doesn't come out from the dough. So make sure that the dough's length is longer than 40 centimeters and the wideness of the dough is also longer than 40 centimeters. Start rolling out the dough to 60 centimeters and then fold a third of it in and the other third of it in. And this is our first fold, and we are gonna do 3 folds, so we have 2 more to go. Take out the dough after it's been in the fridge for 1 hour and roll it out to 60 centimeters once again, and make sure that the closed side is on the sides and that the open side is towards you. It's on that side we're gonna roll out the dough, and you can also press on some parts of the dough so the butter is rolled out evenly all over. Now we will fold the dough once again and place it in the fridge for 1 hour, and make sure to cover the dough with plastic. Now on for our third and last fold. We will fold it again and then place it in the fridge for 1 hour, and later on be cutting out the slices. Now you're gonna measure the dough to 60 centimeters by the length, and by the wide it's gonna be 28 centimeters, and then you're gonna cut off the excess dough. And as you can see in the video, you can follow these measurements as a help. We are once again going to use these measurements and mark out the placement of where you're going to cut the dough. So as you can see, I'm first marking at 5 centimeters, and then 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and 5. And then you're going to do the same on the other side of the dough. And now you're gonna cut the dough. You can use a pizza slicer or a knife, and you're gonna cut them horizontally. And now for the form of the croissants, you want to stretch out the dough as you can see in the video for about 2 centimeters, and then you're gonna roll them. As you can see, I'm also putting in chocolate into the croissants, and that's because I've never eaten a chocolate croissant, so I thought it would be fun to try it out, especially when I bake these. I'm now gonna put them on a pan and let them rest for about 3 to 4 hours so they can get bigger and I can let the yeast work. I will now take 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of milk and a pinch of salt, mix it together and then brush it on the croissants, and then I will put them in the oven. I will put them in the oven on 200 degrees for 7 minutes first and later turn it down to 180 degrees and let them sit for 13 minutes. And now after 20 minutes, look how beautiful these croissants look, and you can actually let them rest for a few minutes. And one recommendation from me is to actually put some jam, especially strawberry jam, on these croissants. That is so delicious. I hope you liked this video because I sure enjoyed making it. Like, share and subscribe, and I hope I will see you in the next video. Allah Hafiz and bye.